Today I am going to speak on two important things. One, how to debunk your anthropological syllabus, which means how to divide into 4 sections, that is physical anthropology, social cultural anthropology, linguistic anthropology, and also archaeological anthropology. These are 4 major divisions which needs to be done in anthropology syllabus. That I will tell you, and that will make your understanding towards your syllabus bit easy. Friends, whensoever you decide that you need to prepare for your optional, it should be systematic, it should be with planning. Don't waste your energy and do not think that anyone can make you and walk for you on your journey. It is your journey. You need to prove to yourself that the decision which you have taken to become an IAS officer, to clear this exam, you are only one who can help yourself. Do not waste your energy, have energy budgeting, try to understand that anyone can give you guidance. I have seen, with respect to my anthropology aspirants, they get confused. They get confused over 2 important things. Anthropology and sociology these days, and it was there, my senior friends, bureaucrats, they say that it was always been a matter of interest to the aspirants. But what my experience says, in anthropology, 2 types of students comes. One from science background, and when they see genetics, when they see physical anthropological part, when they see epidemiological part, racism, they feel that they can understand and they can relate to the syllabus. At the same time, they are a bit puzzled towards sociological or social cultural anthropology, towards tribal anthropology, towards archaeological and linguistic anthropology, and vice versa with the case of those who are coming from humanities or social science background. The explanation and the definition of anthropology, it says that anthropology studies social, biological and cultural evolution of human mankind. So both students coming out of science background or social science background, you both are on the same boat. Try to understand some portions in anthropology comes from static portion. In that static portion, you have to learn them. You have to learn all those difficult words. When I teach to these subjects, I know my job. I know how you can do better with this subject. You really have to understand the syllabus, and you really have to see that if you have upper hand in science, or that too in biology or in chemistry or any other medical science whatsoever, you will definitely need to put little hard work and effort on social science part, and so as with social cultural anthropology has to do with biological part, or this chemistry part in which we talks about dating method, or when we are understanding and learning human evolution, when we are understanding this fossil evidences, the understanding of paleontology, where you have these fossils, where you see that where you need to learn them. So for science background, dealing with theories, I'm telling you, it's seriously, I'm telling you, try to have, trust me on this. Science background, when they deal with the concepts like society, culture, economical institution, political institution, and Indian society, paper 2, they feel the same anxiousness, stress, which is felt generally by social science aspirants when they do with biological portions. In biological portions, you need to learn them in 150 words, because from biological part, 150 types of questions are coming. And in sociological or social cultural anthropology, you need to learn various theories. You need to have understanding how society is different from institutions. What is culture? What is economical institution? What is political institution? And it has to be in anthropological manner and not in sociological manner. That's mean you need to understand evolution, you need to understand that what are these institutions, how they have evolved, and what impact and changes have come in society. That is really very important. When we deal with problems, there is particular section in tribal anthropology where you need to understand it is an applied anthropology. Okay, so I would say that please have a comprehensive approach for this paper. You need to have holistic approach. आप सबको एक holistic approach अपनानी पड़ेगी, चाहे आप साइंस बैकग्राउंड से हैं, चाहे आप सोशल साइंस बैकग्राउंड से हैं. ये जस्टिस करता है दोनों एस्पिरेंट्स के साथ. एंथ्रोपोलॉजी सबसे ब्यूटीफुल सब्जेक्ट है इन हायरार्की ऑफ नॉलेज. वो इसीलिए है क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम हर एक चीज़ को पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब बिल्कुल नहीं है कि हम उसको बहुत ज़्यादा डीप में पढ़ेंगे. हमको उतना ही पढ़ना है जितना हमारे एग्ज़ाम के लिए सफिशिएंट है. बहुत जल्दी से अपना डिसीजन मत लिया कीजिए और बहुत जल्दी से अपने डिसीजन से हटा भी मत कीजिए. स्टेबिलिटी, कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की to crack this exam. These days, the kind of experiences I am witnessing among aspirants, I feel that आपको अपने लिए खुद अच्छे से सोचना चाहिए कि आपकी लाइफ में ऑब्स्टिकल्स क्या क्या हैं, कौन कौन सी ऐसी बातें हैं जिससे आपका ध्यान कहीं और जा रहा है. अगर सिलेबस देखते ही आपको किसी भी टॉपिक से घबराहट होने लगती है या आपको लगता है ये मुझे नहीं आ रहा है या आज मैंने ये टेस्ट दिया है और उसमें मेरा परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं है और आप अपनी लाइफ की इतने इंपॉर्टेंट डेज ख़राब करने लग जाते हैं, एक नेगेटिव थॉट प्रोसेस अपने माइंड में बिल्ड करने लग जाते हैं, तो ये आपकी यूपीएससी जर्नी को डेफिनेटली इम्पैक्ट करेगा. यू डू नॉट हैव टू फील डेवेस्टेटेड व्हेनसोएवर यू विटनेस एनी चैलेंज. ओके, तो इसीलिए मैंने अभी तक एक या दो जो भी वीडियोस बनाई हैं एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में वो सिलेबस से रिलेटेड बनाई है. ओके, बहुत सारे एक्सपेरिमेंट्स आपको मैं उन एक्सपेरिमेंट्स जो मैं करती हूँ या जो मुझे सोशल एक्सपेरिमेंट्स और उसके बाद जो मुझे रिजल्ट मिलता है उसी बेस पे मैं आप लोगों को गाइड करती हूँ. पहला प्रॉब्लम या पहला चैलेंज एंथ्रोपोलॉजी के सिलेबस के साथ ही है. एंथ्रोपोलॉजी के सिलेबस के साथ आपको बैठना चाहिए एटलीस्ट फॉर 40 to 45 मिनट्स. उसका एक प्रोसेस है, आज मैं उस पर नहीं डिस्कस करूँगी, लेकिन फिर भी आपको बहुत क्विकली मैं डिवीजन करके बताऊँगी एंथ्रोपोलॉजी के सिलेबस को आपको कैसे डिवाइड करना है. ये आपका सिलेबस है एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का. आपके एंथ्रोपोलॉजी का सिलेबस मेनली दो चीज़ में डिवाइडेड है, दैट इज़ physical anthropology, social cultural anthropology, and within social cultural anthropology you have linguistic, okay, you have archaeology, of course you have tribal anthropology. This means your 70 to I think 75%, and this means your 25%. Paper 2 is all social cultural anthropology except that phylogenetic evolution, that is Paleolithic age, Mesolithic stage, Neolithic stage, and fossil evidences, Shivalithic, kahan pe mile, all the Stromopithecus, Shivalithicus, where we have found and what changes, except that. It is all about this and this, 25%. If you focus only on social cultural anthropology, which social science students generally do, and they believe that and basically it is not your social science, it is anthropology. And those who think that it is only science, so they think that they'll be able to, of course they have to cover this hard, this major portion, but they are good with this 25%. And what is the best part for science background, whosoever take anthropology, that they are good with facts, they are good with diagrams. Okay, and then this portion is static, it's generally changed, and if they have, so 25% I would say it's there in their hand. I don't hesitate saying that because it's a factual information. You need to learn these facts, okay? And here, but they struggle if they want to. If they are very focused, nothing can take it their journey from anyone. And those who are taking from social cultural anthropology or who is coming from social science background, they have some edge on this part, but they do have some problems with this part. Okay, so what can be the one approach to deal with this issue? Divide your syllabus. Okay, so let me just show you what can be done. Okay, so let's just see this. There will be some 40 to 50 something, some topics. It will divide this. So you need to see that you will study this topic as 1. This is as 2. This is as 3. And then you'll come up here. Come up to this nature of culture. Okay. Nature of society. Marriage. Family. This is kinship, economic organization. And when I'm dealing, and writing this and separating this, you have to use your common sense understanding that, okay, in meaning, scope and development of anthropology, there's 3 main subtopics, that is meaning, scope and development. Okay, so for instance, today I have planned to show you the first topic. It is anthropology. So you must know its meaning. So its meaning is the study of human mankind. So what? It is like cultural evolution and biological evolution. You must know that how anthropology got developed. It is not a new discipline. Aristotle, Immanuel Kant have spoke about anthropology so back. So you should know its scope. Its scope is of course vast, and you should know about the thinkers. And if you know these 5 points, your 1.1 is clear. You should know, there are various information and definition on anthropology. I told you to refer Kerala Board book. Before buying books in the market, what anthropology means. If you are saying it's a holistic study of human mankind, it's anthropos, whatsoever you have taken a definition of, you need to understand in a flowchart manner. So even if you'll get a question that write the meaning of anthropology, or you get a question on scope of anthropology, okay, or you get any question from this topic, this is just a flowchart which I have made. It is not complete flowchart, just to give you information, because now today I need to speak on the syllabus. But this flowchart, this type of flowchart, if you'll add up in your answer, is definitely going to help you. Not only the flowchart, you should also bring diagrams. You must bring data too. Okay? Coming back to the syllabus. So this should be known to you, meaning, scope, development of anthropology. So this is the third topic which you should do. Then it is a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then it is 10. Then it is 11. You should read. And this is 12. And it is really tricky topic. 12. But if you are done with this topic, you are done with your essay and some portion in your ethics. 12, 13. Okay, and just leave here. It's a biological anthropology. Okay, it's 13. Not everything is like very difficult. This is a bit science, but it is not pure or hard science. In fact, only 1.7, which talks about structure of cells, which talks about somatic cells, what are gamete cells, what is chromosomes, nuclei, RNA, DNA, only that. And from 1.7, you generally don't get questions. You are not going to get question what is DNA replication. No, but that requires your understanding and attention to deal with these chapters, these topics like human genetics, Mendelian genetics, concept of genetics, polymorphism, selection of Mendelian population. Okay, you need to know what is chromosomal abbreviation. For that, your little understanding, and that is only of 10th class biology you need. You do not need 11th or 12th class biology. You do not need 11 till 10th class social science understanding requires. You do not need sociology to have understanding. Okay, it's just a 10th class. Anyhow, so let me just divide this. So it was 13, and here I would say race and racism, biological basis, racial criteria. For example, Risley has, there are various thinkers, but then it is not pure biology, it's not pure science, it is in between. So you can take it just after 13. You should take this as 14. This is ecological anthropology. Okay, so some biological parts will be there. You will not scare yourself that it is biology. No, it is not that tough. Really, it's very easy. All you have to focus on diagrams that I will show in some other class. 15, this is epidemiological anthropology. 16, this is about the human growth and development. 17, by the way, it is a part of your population and demography, so nothing to scare of. 17, this is 18, it is a basic information on disease. 18, and this is then all this portion I have made it as 19. So here you are understanding that how we have evolved population wise. So demographic transition theory is by Thomas Malthus, it's very important. And it is 20, application of anthropology. Now here after this come up, this is 20, and here you can use it as 21. Okay, and then whole of your paper 2, 22, 23, but you can understand only all these topics if you have done a serious study in your paper 1 with respect to culture, society, all those institutions. It's 23. Okay, so this is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 'After this, come again and see human evolution. '41, 42, 43, 44. Okay, and see here, you can see this is 44. Okay, and this is cultural evolution where we are dealing with Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic and Bronze Age. From here 44, we'll come back to our paper 2. '45, evolution of Indian culture and civilization, same topics. 45, 46, it's paleoanthropological. 47, okay, and now come up here the biological part, the most height part. I do not know why. So if my correction if that was 45, so you just take this as 46. This is as 46. I do not know what was the last thing. Let me just see. Yeah, it was 47. So it will be 48. This is 48. And see your previous year questions. You will not get questions like DNA structure, the cell, protein synthesis. Okay, so this is 48. And now come up here, 9 point. 48. So 49. Okay, 50, Questions come from DNA technology, recombinant technologies. Questions come, that is the applied part. 50, 51, 52. And you are done. 52, and this is 53. It's basically related with your epidemiological anthropology, health and diseases and all. Okay. So you must divide your syllabus like that and prepare your syllabus this. So one thing what I generally say and do, that I explain in a one go from 1 to 1.8, that is from 1 to archaeological anthropology, that is dating methods. In that, you have some understanding, because the biological anthropological part, that is about of human evolution, about DNA structure, DNA things, that requires comprehensive understanding. It cannot be done and just for 25% of your syllabus, because once this is human nature, this is the way we work. So if we'll be able to do justice with our 75%, if we can cover our 75% syllabus, okay, and then it will come back to our 25%, which if you know such things, I always say that read these topics, make 150 words ka answer and start preparing and learning. And after finishing this part, this 75%, which I think it's a huge syllabus, then when I come to this 25%, and meanwhile I asked my aspirants and everyone that do your self-study on this. Even each and everything is mentioned in your SCRT. Okay, and that also need applied biological understanding too, which you have to make yourself firm with current affairs understanding. It should reflect there also. So while you're reading it, you're learning it, you're reading it, learning it, and after finishing it, when I'll come to physical anthropological part, when I'll explain things in detail, you are already done with your 75%, and you would be giving, you should take test. You should give multiple tests of this portion, so that one portion, the heavy portion of your syllabus is covered. And then you are here learning, which is factual information, which is facts based, that you have to learn again and again. And in this manner, you should prepare for anthropology. And also it should be of interconnection. It should be of, you should relate it so that it can help you in your essay paper, in other papers too. Okay? So, this is it. Although today I wanted to talk about meaning and development of anthropology, that is the first topic here. I wanted to speak on that. But maybe we'll talk in the next lecture. Okay, so thank you so much and take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.